Guys, Baku player coming at you from the Baku Cam. Today we are going to do a Fusion Bakugan tier list, just using one image at a time because last time I had way too much images, which was a huge mistake. So yeah, it looks like we're starting with Hydraris X Batrix Pyrus. Okay, so Hydraris X Batrix Haos has a base B power of 2 and a power of 5 with 1 fusion side. 1 cost to fuse, and it becomes 500 B and 7 damage. Core lineup's great and all, but I dislike the B power because of the so low. So this is trash can level. Alright, next up we have one of my first fusions actually, Dragonoid X Skeletor or Aurelus. Alright. 800 base and 1 damage and costs 8 to fuse. Let's see here. In order to get on the vicious tier, gifted vicious tier, it must be the Bakugan are required to have 1200 B power and over and 500 cost or lower. And alright. So let's see here. Alright. If it was lower, it would have made it to the vicious tier, but I'd say it's middle class because you cannot deny this Bakugan by its B power. Hang on, let me just shrink it. There we go. There's gonna be a lot of middle class Bakugan. And look. Next, we have Nilius X Enoch Darkus. So let's see here. And 500 base, 2 damage, costs 4 to fuse, and Nilius X Enoch fusion is 900 B and 7 damage. It could be worse, but 4 damage. Alright, you know what? And it has another great core lineup, but not enough to bring it to the vicious tier. So I'd say it's about middle class or so. So it's probably tied with Dragonox Skeletor. Great Bakugan, but dislike. Next up, we have a crazy original Dragonoid X Treacherous Darkus. So base power is 304 damage and it costs 3 to fuse, but I like the core lineup. It's the same as certain Bakugan like Battle Planet Dragonoid Ultra, but that's a good core lineup. Alright, let's see here. Whoa! Alright, so let me get this straight. It goes from 300 to 1,000? And man, I guess I could give it the vicious tier because most of these cores have B power boosts. Next up, we have Dragonoid X Treacherous Ventus. So it's basically Aurelus Dragonoid X Treacherous Ventus. Alright. 300 B base and 3 damage base and 5 diffuse, and it goes up to. Alright. I guess I could give it the S tier, but the core lineup is a little decent, but dang, it meets the qualities. I think Dragonox Treacherous is the best fusion out so far. I don't know. Comment below and let me know who is the best fusion types. Next up, we have Garganox Webm Ventus. Well, the Webm is Aquos, the Garganoid is Ventus, and let's see here. Base B power is 500, damage is 4, and it costs 8 to fuse, and let's see here. That's a pretty decent amount, but not enough to give it the vicious tier because of the high energy cost, but holy cow, look at the B powers. But, unfortunately, yeah, he's pretty decent, he's in middle class. That's because of the energy cost and the B power and the core lineup. I'm gonna shrink that Nilius X Enoch image too. Next up, we have Skeletor X Apollyon Pyrus. Hang on, let me search it up. Skeletor X Apollyon. Alright. Here he is unfused. 600 B in base power and 2 damage with a 6 cost fusion. Alright, let's see here. Oh! Okay, that went from an to an ooh pretty quick. I like the B power. I like 1,200 and 6 damage. The core lineup is pretty decent. I'm actually, you know what? I like the core lineup because those are B power boosting cores. I'm gonna vote this one. Best. Next up, we have one of my fusions, Dragonoid X Treacherous Haos. Alright, let me get out there and search up Dragonoid X Treacherous. Alright. Oh, that's not the right one. There it is. Ventus Dragonoid X Treacherous Haos. Alright, I have the card myself, so I know what it is, and I know what its fusion setup is. 2,015 damage? Yeah, 15 damage. Like the core lineup, like the base B power, like the fusion B power and damage. Hate the base damage and hate the fusion cost. It's, I think it's middle class because not enough fusion taken into. Next up, we have Fangzor X Mantinoid Haos. Alright, here we are, Fangzor X Mantinoid Haos. Alright, let me find it. There it is. Alright, with a base B power of 700 and a damage of 1. Not a big fan of the core lineup, gotta be honest. Not a big fan of the base damage. Cost 6 to fuse. Pretty decent. Oh my god! It goes up to 1,500. And the damage is still 1. So, even though the high B power, I'd still say it's trash because I say it's the worst because the B power the damage doesn't change. I mean, it's 1 and it's worst. Next we have Halcor X Ramparian Ventus. And I gotta search it up before I film, cause yeah, gotta search it up before I film, I think. And yeah, there we go. Halcor X Ramparian Ventus, Aquos Halcor X Ramparian Ventus, with a base B power of 600 and a damage line of 2. It costs 5 to use 907. Although since it has Victor, I wouldn't say it'd be the worst or like the best. I'd say it's middle class because that Victor can get you the victory. And because it draws 2 cards, so why not? Next up we have Ventus Knight. I'm just kidding. But it is Ventus Knight portfolio picture, Sinister Scorperos. Oh, it's Ventus. Now I searched up Sinister Scorperos and let's see if Sinister Scorperos Ventus pops up. There it is. So its base B power is 400 and it has 3 damage and it costs 4 to fuse and is 705 plus 3 Frost Strike. I'm gonna be honest, the core lineup looks pretty decent. The B power unfused is weak, but the fusion B power is decent. I say it's not that increased, but it does gain 3 Frost Strike. I got handed the Ventus Knight though. He picked a good Bakugan. So I gotta give him that. Alright. It's only the best because I'm gonna nickname this Ventus Knight from now on. Alright, next up we got Pegatrix X Goreen Darkus. I will say Skeletor because before I said Skeletor, I was like, wait, that's not Skeletor, that's Goreen. Alright. So, fusion side down is 500 B and 1 damage. Magic Shield, it gets you 5, only 5 damage, and it costs 6 energy to fuse. Because it's double shield, I wonder what boost it gets. 1,202 and it gains a boost of 10. Got hand the Spin Master though. They really know how to make fusion stats, so I gotta say that's one of the best ones yet because of the total damage rating, but you know what, I'm gonna say it's middle class. Only because... Oh, and there we go. Only because it is, the high fusion cost does not get to best tier, but it has gotten fused Bakugan to best tier because of the B power. I think I'm gonna ditch the B power rule. Well, I'm actually gonna still use it, but I'm still gonna do total B power, and I am also going. Next up, we have Sabra X Pyrabian Aquos. Oh, Brett, thanks for the nice video. But I won't get to it later because I'm filming right now. Anywho, so if this was Among Us, let's just say Sabra would be the imposter. Alright, there we go. Sabra X Pyrabian. Ooh, nice. Alright, here's the Aquos, and it is base 400 beat and 2 damage. And then what? That is 4 cost to fuse. And then fusion setup is okay. I kind of like this. And oh, you can see her slash him slash it breaking the highway, especially the dock. I mean, and then look at that. The core lineup is terrible, but damage is terrible. Fusion setup and but holy cow, the B power. But now I say it's completely trash. Our next Bakugan is Feral X Skeletor Aquos. So here we are, Arliss Feral X Skeletor Aquos, and then it costs 7 to fuse, 600 B, and 5 damage base, and pretty bad core lineup. But when you fuse it, same core lineup, terrible, but it has 900 damage rating. What the heck? And what is this? 1,200. That would have made S tier if it wasn't 7 cost to fuse. Oh, and 3 frost ray. And great effort, Spin Master, but I'd say it's middle class. Gotta shrink the image. There we go. Now this is Trox X Nobilius Heos who's up next. I gotta stop doing that. I'm so clumsy today. I don't know why. Here it is. 300 B and 6 damage, costs 6 to fuse, and terrible core lineup once again. And same thing, but 7 damage and 1,400 B. But yeah, pretty much the core line was made in the trash, but the high beat power, I'd say it's middle class. Ooh, how can I shrink the... Oh. And yes, I am filming this on a mobile device. Next up, we have Feral X Skeletor Heos. I had to rewind to the Feral X Skeletor page. Not off to a good start with this guy. Decent core lineup, terrible base B power. 207 cost 6 to fuse, and let's see here, 1,000. Yeah, Spin Master, I like the amount of damage and the core lineup a little bit, but you did not do so good on the B power. I'm sorry, but I had to give it. To top up the fusion legendary battles duo, we got Halcor X Ramparian Aurelus. And I'm so clumsy today. Alright. And yes, footage is from Bakugan Wiki. Alright. Halcor X Ramparian Aurelus has a base B power of 500 with a damage rating of 6 and pretty decent core lineup. Actually, you know what? That's a pretty awesome core lineup. And the backstrap looks like it's Brakistan or Bracken's place. Alright, let's see here. Cost 4 to fuse, and let's see here, 810. Pretty much Spin Master. I hate to say this. I love the energy cost at least, but not the B power for fusion side, so trash. So next we have Trox X Cyrus Darkus. Alright. Like the core design a little bit. It's an old classic. Alright, 400B and 4 damage. Cost 2 to fuse, and it is 600 and Victor. Well, because Victor, I kind of like it, but the core line makes it beautiful, but the B power damage makes it weak. To wrap up part 1, we have Howlcore Extramparian Pyrus. Ooh. And I'm dividing this into 2 parts because, well, I'm pretty clumsy right now. Howlcore Extramparian. Right here. 700B and 2 damage. Like the core lineup, like the base B power. Hate the base damage rating because it's 2. Cost 7 to fuse. It's pretty decent fusion cost. 1,208 damage. Well, I gotta stop giving Bakugan the trash tier, so I'm gonna put this middle class because of